Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you had a lovely weekend and I hope you have a great week to come. Today I am telling you about that big ball blanket that I've been working on and the deets about it and what's going on and my plans for the next couple of days. So we'll see, but I appreciate you coming along to check this video out. Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla, and this is Phoebe. She ran in here to say hi as soon as she heard me pull my chair out and sit down. She just wanted to come say hi real quick. Huh, Phoebe? Yeah, we're trying to get extra loving. Alright, can you go get in your puppy bed? Maybe? No? Go get in your puppy bed? I'll be in there in just a minute. So, welcome back. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for stopping by for a visit. Today is Monday, October the 7th. So, good morning and happy Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend. I had an absolutely fabulous weekend, and I will tell you all about that in the video for this afternoon. This video is coming out Monday morning, and then I'll have a video probably about 3 or 4 p.m. today, and so that's going to tell about my weekend. Today's video is about the big balls. On October the 1st, Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches and I started a collab, a make-along, you could say, of using our big balls. And so we all have big balls of yarn, most likely, or, it may not be. It doesn't have to be like a big ball. You can wound up your scraps and make a big ball. So you can use any yarn. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so we were trying to use up our big balls of yarn and making a project. So I chose to use an anniversary cake. And that's what I have used of it. Now today, so this challenge was for 7 days, and we would come back October the 7th and show what we made and all this, stuff. But you know what? Sometimes our plans don't happen like we hope for them to. We can make plans all day long, but that doesn't mean that's the way it's going to happen, right? I learned that many, many years ago, growing my kids up, and I homeschooled them, and I would make out these great lesson plans, and boom, one of the kids would get sick. So I've always learned or I would get sick, or just something would happen. Some huge thing would happen, and it would just mess up our lesson plans for the week, and things like that happen. And I have learned to just roll with it, move on, adjust. Yeah. And so that's what I'm doing today, which going into this, I already knew that I was going to be out of town on the 5th and 6th. So I wasn't going to work on my project on those 2 days. And so I would come back on the 7th, show you what I have done, but I'm going to work 2 more days on my project, and then that's going to be it. Whatever size it is whatever size it is, really and truly. I wanted to put this whole ball in here, but I've got other stuff I've got to do. I've got content lined up and projects, screaming, Llama Mama! And they're not going to shut up until I get to them. So I can't spend another 7 days on this blanket, which is probably what it would take. I may not cut the yarn. I may just leave it there for a while, and some days maybe I'll come back to it. If I don't, I can always cut the yarn and call it done. Okay, it's no big deal. This is not on any kind of timeline, and if I come back and add more to it, I add more to it. If I don't, I don't. Next year at the fair, I might be snipping yarn and saying, done. So we'll see. Anyway, let me show you what I got done. Now, let me say this first off, let me say this. I am not doing a tutorial for this blanket. It is not my blanket, not my pattern. The tutorial is by Betty McKnit on YouTube, and I'm going to talk more about that and all the information in a little bit. Okay, I am using a size 10 clover hook. I did, and my yarn is splitty as all get out. Like, I mean, this stuff is so splitty. It is crazy splitty. And these hooks are really slick. This is a clover 10 millimeter hook. So when I was at Michael's yesterday, I thought, let me see if they have a metal 10 millimeter hook. And let me get that and see if it helps, you know, this yarn any. And so I was getting a metal hook. Oh, Sassy, please. Keep going. Keep going. It's not a traffic jam. You keep going. I was getting a metal hook, and I had a couple more things in my buggy. And then the girl comes by, and she says, I just wanted to let y'all know that our system's down, so we can only take cash. And I was like, what? So, and that's a warning for everyone. Remember, when the system goes down, they can only take cash. Just saying. And so anyway, I had to put the metal hook back because I didn't have any cash. So, Sassy, please. So I'm going to show y'all where I'm at, and then we're going to go to my desk, and I'm going to talk a lot more about my love-hate relationship with this pattern. It's really not the pattern. It's me. It's me. It's me, oh Lord. Standing in the need of prayer. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I got going on here. And I am on my second, I don't know if you'd say it's a second repeat. It's my second time to do it, so it's probably the first repeat, right? Anyway, this is what I have going on. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. I love the way it is turning out. The pattern itself is just beautiful. It is. It is beautiful. I love the way the yarn is playing out. And I'm using Peach Party. Oh, Sassy. I'm using Peach Party in this Karen Anniversary cake. And it's playing out wonderful. I love that. It's beautiful. And I do have a love-hate relationship. I'm going to tell you all about it with this pattern yarn and everything else. So let's go to my desk while I work on this and tell you all about it. Okay? Hey friends, thanks for joining me at my desk. I am still working on my star blanket. Like I said, I would like to work 2 more days on it. But if this round doesn't play out for me pretty soon, I'm going to cut that yarn and call it done. If I can't get that round to play out. Okay, so this is the Betty McKnit Star Blanket. I'm not doing a tutorial. I'm just chatting while I'm crocheting on it. To give you the information on it, Betty McKnit is on YouTube. You just look up Betty McKnit, and you'll find her YouTube channel. I don't know her. It's the first time I ever seen her channel. And she has this 6-day star blanket. I believe 6 days is a child size blanket. So you would go more for an adult blanket. You wouldn't stop at 6 days. Also, you can look in under her videos for a link to print out the pattern. Now, this all isn't pattern. This is a lot of just talk. It's a lot of words. A lot of words. I'm not a wordy person. Just give me the facts. I don't need all the words. She also has a lot of pictures. Some pages are just pictures. So this isn't all the... This is the pattern right here. Let me see. 5. Okay, this is the pattern right here. There are a couple of pages, that's 3 pages. There are a couple pages here for the setup. Probably about 3 pages for that. Let's see. 1, 2, just to show y'all, you know, how much waste is here. Okay, this is beginning the pattern. These 3 pages are the setup, center, and some of that's even pictures, you know. But these 3 pages set you up to get going on the pattern. And then this is the pattern after that. So I'm sticking this to the back. All of this is just words. Okay, but the good thing is we all learn differently. We all have different learning styles. I'm not a wordy person. I don't like a lot of... I just give me the facts. Tell me exactly what to do. Don't tell me about a future round when you're telling me how to work this round, because all I want to know is how to work this round, not how to work this round when I get back to it again. If I can't work this round right now, I don't need to know how to work the round in the future. It's so, too much words is too much for me. I get, you know, just overwhelmed. I just want to know what I'm doing right then. These patterns, and even in her tutorial, when she does a row and she'll say, you know, like, and then you're gonna have 12 and then 14 and then 16 and then 18, and I don't know, that's just too much for me. I want simple, and I just want to know, what do I need to do on this round? I'm not really interested in what I'm gonna do out here. And so that's just me. And some people like a lot of detail, and they want to know, well, what am I going to do the next time I get this round when they hadn't even finished that round? Some people like that, and some people don't, and I'm one that don't. So I have a love-hate relationship with this pattern because the pattern is very wordy. It's a lot of information there that I don't need to work this round. I'm going to need it to work a future round, which all the printing, I wouldn't have minded, you know, in the next, I wouldn't have minded another page that said in the next repeat, you're going to have this many. And then, you know, then the next row in that repeat, you're going to have this many, or whatever, you know. Anyway, this is the first time I'm done this pattern. And so it is taking, it's not a fast working pattern because I'm having to stop, figure out how to make that row, you know, what stitches, where to put them. Because what's very important on this is your stitch placement, where you get the stitch. I just got to right here and had to frog back to this. Friday night, I was trying to get around of this end, and because my Saturday's video of this, I was not happy with it. The video was horrible. So Friday night, I tried to re-record a video for Saturday's day 4 of this, and I ended up in tears. I ended up almost throwing this whole thing in the garbage. Every bit of it. I had too much going on. I was trying to pack, get my stuff together, get clothes done. I was trying to house stuff ready for my animals to be tended to. I was trying to get stuff together for the meet and greet, which I never did even get all that together. I was just trying to do too many things at one time, and this was not working out. In no way, shape, it was just not working out. I frogged it, I don't know how many times, until I was like, forget it, just forget it. I put it down and I just went to bed mad. Big Daddy was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, nothing, don't worry about it. And he's like, what did I do? I was like, you didn't do anything. I was mad at this. Okay, I love how it looks. It's beautiful. I love how the pattern works up. I just don't love figuring out the pattern. I love how this anniversary cake is playing out with this. It looks gorgeous. I love it. I just don't love how splitty the yarn is. So I have two things working against me. One, the yarn is super splitty and it's working against me. the pattern is working against me. I'm not saying it's a hard pattern. I'm just saying I'm having trouble comprehending it sometimes. You may not have a bit of trouble. You might just understand exactly what she's saying and be able to work with her. She seems like a very lovely, nice lady. I'm not saying anything about her negative at all. And I'm not even saying anything negative about her pattern. It's great. It's beautiful. I love it. It's me. I have a little trouble understanding, and I'm doing things that cause me to have to frog it. For instance, I just worked this all the way up to here. I think I was right there, and I had to frog it because this is why. In this third stitch, you put 3 double crochets, chain 3 and 3 double crochets. Well, it hid this right here. My count didn't work out right here because it hid the stitch right here, and I didn't count it, and I skipped 2, but I skipped 3. So what I am just about to do is I'm going to take bobby pins, and I'm going to go ahead and count that out. So I'm going to put that there, and then it's 1, 2, and then I'm going to put my next cluster right here. And I know if you're not planning on making this blanket, this is not helpful to you at all, but it might be in another pattern that you try, you know. Go ahead and just mark where you're going to put clusters. 1, 2, cluster. 1, 2, cluster. And this will help me when I get on a little bit further, I think. But first, I'm just trying to see if it's going to play out right. 1, 2. Because if it's not going to play out right, I'm done. I'm done with it. Because, and it's not that I don't want to finish or anything like that. It's because I have other stuff I need to do. I have other content planned out. I'm just not going to spend forever on this blanket. I think this is going to play out correctly here. So I need 4 clusters coming down. 1, 2. Nope. It still puts that cluster. 1, 2. I wanted that cluster right here, but it's just not working out. It's not working out there. Okay, so this goes into third. This is going to go into third stitch here, okay? I'm going to skip 2 and put a cluster. Skip 1, 2, put a cluster. 1, 2, cluster. 1, 2, cluster. 1, 2. The cluster's over here, and I think the cluster is supposed to go here. But let me keep going. Because if it works out here, then that's just adjusted over 1. But I really think the cluster should end up in this stitch and not that stitch. But let me see. I have some more bobby pins right here. Let me just get them out of this drawer. Okay. Let me see. 1, 2. And this cluster would actually be crocheting 3 together. Let me just check. Crochet 3, double crochet 3 together. Okay. And then it would be 1, 2, cluster. Okay, I'm trying to make sure because, you know. 1, 2, cluster. I hope you're all having a good Monday morning. What did you do over the weekend? I'll be telling you all about my weekend in the video for this afternoon. 1, 2, cluster. 1, 2. Oh, it doesn't work out right. Because this should be, let me see if I got 4 right here. Let me get my 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one right here should be my 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. And the third one, 1, 2, 1, 2. This should be a cluster. That should be a... If you've done this, you can tell me what I'm doing wrong. My numbers, everything lined up on the row before. I had the right number of single crochets here. That is all correct. It's something I'm not doing right on this row. Okay guys, before I just throw this whole thing in the garbage, I'm trying to troubleshoot. I went over here just trying to troubleshoot, and I know that in my peaks here I have 4 single crochets, and then the third one needs to be a 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. So I'm going by that and saying 1, 2, this is the third one, that would be the fourth. And I'm counting them out, trying to see where my pieces, my stuff is going to lay out. And so I'm working, so I've come here and I'm working to get back over here to see if I messed up, if I skipped one, what did I do? Because I obviously did something wrong. And so I'm just trying to play that out. I'm working backwards to see. This would be my 2 together. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 in that spot, so I'll know that something's weird about that. I put 2 on here, so I'll know that I need to do, you know, the 2 together, the 3 together, instead of the just regular. If you don't know the pattern, if you haven't done the pattern, you don't know what that means, but it means something to anyone who's done the pattern. But anyway, so I'm just troubleshooting, and like I said, you know, I was planning on working 2 more days on this blanket, just because I was out of town for 2 days and did not work on it. And I know that Jennifer has been sick. She ended up going to the ER, and so she may work extra on hers. She might have got to work on it enough. She may be done with hers. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure that will be in her Monday morning video, and we can find out what she's doing. That just doesn't work out right. Well, it does. It does. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to get it to work out. You see, I mean, I'm troubleshooting, trying to figure out what did I do wrong, because plenty of people have made the pattern. It's not the pattern. It's me. It's me right here. Because plenty of people have made the pattern and have finished it. So obviously the pattern works out. Okay. Now, coming back around this side, I went ahead and ripped this out because something is wrong somewhere. Okay. We're skipping 2. Yep. Okay. Troubleshooting it back to the beginning here. And I just wonder if I remember when she didn't say this on this row, but on one of her rows, she had to kind of come back and work in that one, and that may be what I need to do, I think. I don't know. I just remember something was a little different somewhere. Okay, 2 cluster. So if you have trouble with a pattern, don't be afraid to, you know, just go and work back to try to figure it out. I mean, I'm going to do that before I just totally give up on a pattern. So what I'm going to do here to make this work, let me just double check that this is going to work out down here before I put all that effort into redoing this. Okay, so I skipped 2 cluster. See, I skipped 1. Because I can't see that well, to be honest. Everybody knows I have issues, and I don't want to have surgery on my eyes. It's my eyes are rigid, and I had to go in there and smooth that out. And I do know someone who had it done, and she lost her vision altogether. I believe she does have some now, but in between surgery, she was completely blind for a while. Okay, 2 and then 1. And so I'm just hesitant of having it done because it's very sensitive surgery on the eyes. My eyes are rigid, and I have Sojourns, so they're super dry, and yeah, it's a risk. This one works out if I do it that way, and that will be, I'm going to put 2 right here because I am doing 3 together, and so I'm just going to put 2 there so I know that I have to do something a little different. So I'm going to work back to here and keep going, and if I get here and it don't work, 1, 2, cluster, 1, 2, cluster, 1, 2, cluster, 1, 2, cluster, 1, 2, cluster. Yeah, I think it might work now. I think what I need to do, and I think on one of her rounds somewhere we did something like this, and I don't know that, So I'm going to come on down here to this end and work, match me up some and see how that ends down here. Okay, so in these 4, 1, 2, this would be my corner. Yep, that's where I would put my 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. One, 2. All right, so maybe just showing you my troubleshooting will help someone in a future project. Even if you don't do this project, just another project, if you're having trouble making it work out, you know, do something like this to help you figure out where the mistake is, because most of the time people's going to blame it on the pattern. It's not the pattern, it's us, okay? We're making a mistake and we can't see the mistake because we're too into the project and we think we're doing it right. And people aren't going to say, oh, I messed up, I did it wrong. People are going to say, that pattern's just not written good, or that pattern, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's not the pattern, it's us. Okay, peoples? Friends, it is us all the way. Now, this is not working out, so it's the pattern. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not the pattern. It is me. I'm not blaming anything on the pattern. How'd you like those sound effects? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somewhere up in here, I gotta figure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's still not enough. 1, 2. I'm about tired of fooling with this. I'm only going to deal with it this one day. If I can't get this situated out, I'm done. Just because I'm, you know, somebody else may not see it that way, and they might just, you know, keep working at it for days upon days and upon days upon days. But I can't. I'm a YouTuber. I got content to get out, and I'm just not gonna fight with a pattern that I'm obviously doing wrong. I got other stuff I got to get. I got deadlines I got to meet. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This, I'm confusing this 1, 2, 1, 2. I have 4 here. There's not one in the middle. Like I need one more here. So it would be skip 2 and skip 2. There's 4 here. So on one side, I'm not going to skip 2. I'm only going to skip 3. I'm only going to skip 1. Okay. I did not want to go all the way around this thing with bobby pins. I did not want to go all the way around this thing with bobby pins. I just want to, I just want to crochet. I don't want to sit here and have to figure out a pattern. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing something correctly. So I might just end this, put this away, and come back and look at it later. Because Friday night, when I was trying to work on it and I could not get it to work out, I just put it away. And then this morning, I saw where I was actually messing up. And I thought I was fixing it, but actually I wasn't fixing it. Oh, Lord, help me, help me. I don't know. There's not enough stitches right here. 1, 2. That's not even a stitch. That's where I slip stitched over. If I even called it a stitch, that still only puts 4 there. So it's either 3 between these or 4. I need it to be 5. So I can skip 2, do my 3 double crochets together, and skip 2. So I've got it worked out where it 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Let me just redo this and see if that's not right. So it'd be 1, 2. Trying to just look at my stitches here and see what I got going on. 1, 2. I'd have to put that in the slip stitch place. Over here I have 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is supposed to be in the 3rd one. I'm supposed to have 4 and 4. And the one in the middle is a crochet 3 together. Okay, I am just going to skip 1. And it's just going to be a little fudgy there. But it is what it is. Okay. So. I don't know. I'm trying to slip stitch back a stitch. Chain 2, and then I'm going to do 2 together and that, and then the rest of the way around you double crochet 3 together. Along with that chain 2, and it makes this. Okay. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay. It's not going to work out right here. But I'll put this in the top of that stitch, and I don't even know what I'm doing that for at the moment. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to take off from this and just see what we have going on. So what are you guys up to today? How is your week starting off? Hopefully not as frustrating as mine. And after I had a lovely weekend, I really did. I can't wait to tell you all about that in the next video. But, yeah, right now I just need to get a little bit of miles in this blanket if I want to go on with it. I would like to work two full days on this blanket. But also, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and struggle with it if I don't, I don't have to do this. I can stop at any time because I am my own boss. Just saying, if this round doesn't work out, this blanket is going bye-bye, okay? My time is too precious and I got too much other stuff going on than to fret with a blanket that I don't even need, okay? Oh, this is crazy. This is a crazy that I'm having this much trouble with it. But it's just something that I'm not seeing really and truly. Y'all have stuff like that? And sometimes, I might try to work on a pattern and I just can't figure it out because I'm tired and frustrated and I'm not seeing it clearly, and I'll just put it away, and the next morning I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, and just work on it and, know exactly what to do. So things like that happen sometimes to me also, and I'm sure you guys probably have experienced that too. But you see how I have this love-hate relationship with this blanket. I love the way the pattern works up. I love the way the yarn is playing out in this blanket. I just don't love that I have to figure out how to do the pattern. I shouldn't have picked a project that I was going to have to learn as I go. I should have did like a granny stitch, just a whole granny stitch blanket, and not, you know, some pattern that I wasn't going to know how to do. Just to do a granny stitch star blanket is much easier. If you don't want to, the frustration of, you know, because on this, like, I have to stop at each round. You can't just keep crocheting. I have to stop at each round and say, okay, now what do I do on this row? And figure it out. And, you know, crochet a little bit on it and say, oh, that's not right. I didn't do that right. And then figure out, you know, what did I do wrong? Because it is me. It's not the pattern. Somewhere I'm messing up. So don't think that I'm saying anything about Miss Betty McKnit's pattern at all, because I am not. It is me. I know a lot of times people blame, oh, that pattern, I couldn't do it, that pattern's horrible, blah, blah, blah. Well, who was working it? The pattern wasn't doing this. It's you, okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. It's not Miss Betty McKnit's problem. It's not her fault that I'm messing up. And one thing is, I wish that my yarn would just jump over here. 1, 2, and it's going to go in this one. Let me see, because I had it in the next one. I was off. So that was a mistake I was making, but still, this right here not working out. It looks like when I'm coming back to the end that I've still got a mistake somewhere. I don't have enough stitches there. But yet, when I did my count at the end of last row, not the whole round count, but just counting the stitches coming down and the stitches going up, that all worked out perfect. So I'm doing something wrong. All right. Now, this is what I'm going to do today, is work on this until I get frustrated. I really do want to put 2 days into it, but if it don't, it don't. In this corner here, the third of those stitches in that, my hook is catching on something. Okay. You're supposed to put 3 double crochets, chain 3 and 3 double crochets, all in the same stitch. And my yarn split, of course. So that you don't have to watch me struggle all day long, I'm going to let you all get going. Check back late this afternoon for a video about our weekend in Arkansas. And I'll see you all in the next video, friends. Love you guys. And remember, it is a beautiful day to crochet. And unless you're really getting frustrated like me, I don't know why I'm picking up so much yarn there. I really am getting frustrated with this. So I probably should put it away. But how am I going to get a day's, get 2 more days in on it if I'm putting it away? But I may have to walk away. see you in the next video, friends. Bye, guys. Thank you for spending some of your precious time with me. I know there's a lot of YouTube choices out there you could have clicked on. I'm honored that you clicked on my video and spend some of your time with me, guys. I appreciate it so much. And I hope your crochet projects or whatever projects you're working on is going smoothly with no frustration.